All the guns you'll be seeing today are available on solware.co.uk, based in Tamworth. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. It's another one of our unboxing videos. Today we've got a hard cased one, which can only lead to one thing normally. It's a kral. Open the box there, and what do we get? Well, we get a couple of kral arms wristbands, one silencer. We get the typical kral damage box, which I don't know how they managed to do that, but they do. 2 magazines in there. What else do we have? Single shot tray and a clip-on gauge. So, and one small Allen key in that box, which standardly just folds apart. I don't know why they really bother with this. It's, to be quite honest with you, might as well be made out of tracing paper, those. Right, the gun. It's the Kral NP500. Quite a little bit of a looker, isn't it? And as you can see, a lot of adjustability in it. Adjustable cheek piece. I'm thinking the butt piece moves, and also you can shorten or lengthen the butt as you wish. So hell of a lot of adjustment there. Huge bottle. I'm thinking that might be a 500cc, don't quote me on it, but it looks like it's a 500cc bottle to me. It's got a match trigger there, as we can see at the bottom. You've got the adjustable power switch, like is the same on most krals, just a dial there, adjust it left and right for up or down. Biathlon style cocking arm, and your safety is there, fire and safe. Right, let's remove the box. Right, also in the box, which I've not mentioned, is you get a range right manual, and you'll also get your readouts from the factory. This is hitting around, averaging around the 11.5 pound mark, 11.5 foot-pound mark, so it's quite handy. So if that's right, that's right. Let's remove the box and let's get it up on our cradle. Right, excuse me, just give me enough time there to get the gun up on the cradle. Again, it's another one of those guns that's quite pretty to look at. I'm quite worried about this this at the back here. I obviously think with those screw holes in the back there's something else that you can attach to this gun, and I'm not sure what it is. But obviously there's a massive screw hole there. There's nothing in the box as I can see that would fit into there. As regards filling, well, as you can see, the gauge and the filling port is underneath the bottom, and it's got like a little bit of a pressed on rubber thing there, and that's a little bit hard to get off. So, oh yeah, that's really hard to get off. That might be a little bit of a naughty one to do. I might have to get something on that later to get that off. But yeah, that's quite hard to get off. We'll have to look into that. We may need to find out a different solution to that, because if you're out in the field and you need to top up, you're not going to get that off very easily, unless it is a screw on, and I'm pulling at it. I'm unsure. Is it a screw on? No, it's not a screw on either, so I'm not quite sure with that one. We'll sort that one out. Right, fittings. You've got a Picatinny rail here under the front bottle, so ideally if you want to fit a bipod. You've got the 2 different types of fitting for your scope. You can either do the dovetail rail or the Picatinny on there. There's no attachments for a strap, so obviously you'd have to fit something to the Picatinny rail and maybe to the back there, or maybe stick a couple of swivels on yourself. Biathlon's 2-stage trigger. The cocking arm is the biathlon style. Should be nice and smooth, I hope. I would have thought that you're looking at least 250 shots out of this because of the size of its bottle. Adjustable power, as I say, always with kral arms there. And again, you have the option here, if you want to, even though it's shrouded, if you want to stick an 1/2-inch thread on. I'm sure that's what that is for, he says. Well, yes, it's got to be, because there's a silencer supplied in there to stick your silencer on the end there. So that would increase your length. Typical with kral, you get the obviously the two magazines, if they're anything like kral's normal magazines, yes, they do now and again get a bit sticky and decide to fall apart, but that's sometimes the sort of like the charm of a kral. They're sometimes not massively well put together, but sometimes you hit on a cracker and they are a really good gun. I've had a bad one, I've had a good one. You do hit a bad one every once in a while. I think it's what people call a Friday afternoon gun. Sometimes you'll get one of those Friday afternoon guns where somebody just wants to get home and they're rushing it through. It's a bit of potluck, but always same with any gun, you know, you've got your rides to return, so if you're drunk, take it back. Range rides usually don't complain anyway, they're pretty good to replace anything that's broken. I'm not quite sure why you would want a Kral Arms wristband in with it, but they've put you a couple in. Nice touch I suppose, but I can't understand why. The adjustment of the cheek piece and the butt end is a nice little touch. This is more your tactical style gun, isn't it? It's not more of a rifle, it's more of a tactical gun. I think they've got caught in the middle of the two because it does look like a rifle with a tactical back end. So I think they're a little bit caught in the middle there, but still it's a nice looking gun. As you know, its next step is to put it through pellet testing, so it'll be a case of clean all the barrels, stick a scope on there and have a play around with the pellets to see what we find works with it and works with it well. Not even shot it yet, not even touched it. When I bring them home, I show them to you as they are straight out of the box. This will be a replacement for another gun that I've just sold that was the Kral Puncher NP500. So this is the replacement gun for that one at the moment. As I say, to keep you with new content. Now as soon as I've done a review, they have to go for sale and they're out the door. If I can't keep replacing the guns, I'm dead in the water and so you. I've got no new content to bring you. But this, as I say, is a direct replacement for the Kral Puncher NP500. This is what I just got rid of to replace this with this. And obviously until I get it all up and running, I can't tell you much more about it as yet. But that will be revealed obviously in its pellet test and obviously in its full test and review, which will be coming the next two videos behind this, so you'll get to see exactly how they are. Anyway, there's not much more I can fill you in about the gun. It's a case of from here now, that scope on, full clean, put it through its pellet test, and then let's see how it performs in its test and review. But yeah, from out the box, typical Kral really, with your two magazines, your one-shot tray, and your filler probe in there. Some don't have a filler probe at all, but yeah, this one does. It's nice that Kral have given me a silencer with this one. It's one less, shall we say, expense to buy, because you're looking at this gun, and I think these go for around the £450 mark at the minute. Maybe a little bit dearer than that, to be honest with you. When you bear in mind, usually you would have to price in for a silencer and your scope. With this, because the silencer comes with it, you're just having to put your extra on of a scope, so you're possibly up and running with this for around the £500 to £550 mark. I actually can't remember how much this was off the top of my head, but I think it was about the £500 mark all in. And as I say, if you're going to put a scope on there, put yourself in another 50, 60, 70 quid maybe for an half decent scope, not a cheap one, and you'll be up and running. It's just a matter of your pellets then, and away you go. And if this comes out really good in its test and review, obviously that's a bit of a bargain if it does all come right and it shoots really well, and that's something that we'll have to find out, isn't it, in our test and review. But that's the unboxing today. As I said, nice little gun, well put together, loads of adjustment. It's just a matter now of how we get on in our test and review, isn't it? Let's get it onto that, and I'll see you there in 2 videos time with its test and review. We'll get the pellet test done first. Thanks for watching, see you then, bye bye now.